The Minister of Labour is playing down the impact of proposed changes to employment law currently being considered in Parliament. Unions say profits are being put before people, with employers in some cases given the power to choose if and when an employee takes a break. Simon Bridges says it is moderate, centre-right legislation.
The Minister of Labour says the changes outlined in the Employment Relations Amendment Bill are minor and aimed at making employment law fairer and more flexible.
We're keeping good faith as fundamental. We're keeping freedom of association. These are moderate changes that in a series of areas make, I think, positive reform.
But the unions aren't buying it.
Oh, well, that's absolute rubbish because as each change is made, it weakens the position of workers to bargain. It actually increases poverty in New Zealand.
The proposed changes would give all workers, not just caregivers, the ability to ask for flexible work hours, and it would see disputes through the Employment Relations Authority fast-tracked.
Fundamentally mean that employers and employees are spending more time on ICT if they're an ICT business, on getting containers into ships if they're a port.
But the changes would also allow employers to opt out of multi-employer bargaining and dock workers' pay if they take part in partial strike action.
That makes it very easy for employers just to ignore the unions and to just hold out and say it will never have a collective agreement.
There's also concern the changes allow more scope for employers, in some cases, to choose if and when an employee takes a break.
There have been a number of examples where someone's on sole guard in a sole position where there does need to be some flexibility over what was a reasonably rigid prescriptive model, and that's what we're changing.
The bill